Well, Australia has copped a battering from Mother Nature this summer, and while most parts of the country have been affected in some way, Queensland suffered the most. Last month's devastating flood saw lives lost and left thousands homeless. But support came from far and wide, and the golf industry was at the forefront, as Bruce Young reports.
And coming up only to show you roll.
This stretch of the Brisbane River, which runs from here at the Indooroopilly Golf Club in the east to Goodna in the west, was essentially ground zero for Brisbane golf during the recent floods. Several golf courses suffered significant damage, and today we're going to take a look at some of those courses to see just how they're coping with their recovery and just what level of support they're receiving as they look to get things back on track.
If predictions are right, tomorrow, where I'm standing will be underwater.
Up to 16,000 properties could be affected, with the flood now likely to be one of the worst in the city's history.
This way now, you can see a lot of water now that isn't normally there. That's a golf course over there. Used to be.
The water came up so quickly compared to what all the experts were saying, and to get it through the clubhouse itself was quite unfortunate. But thank goodness it wasn't as high as the 1974 floods.
We're standing right now 15 metres above the Brisbane River, and at 11 o'clock on that morning we did not believe that this area would be covered in water later that particular day.
22 holes were underwater, and the water went back quickly, but the amount of silt that was left was the biggest issue.
This weather, I think, is it might be breaking our hearts at the moment, but it will not break our will.
We had an army of members who came out here and by hand, including our staff, out of the bars and out of the function areas in the golf shop, they all got in and got that silt off the greens quickly enough that we've actually happily saved all of our greens and all of our tees.
The people who came in off the street just to offer their services was absolutely amazing.
On the Saturday, we would have had over 70 people here, all busy working, taking mud, and I really mean mud, in some instances 14 inches deep on some of our greens, and by the Sunday we had all our greens and tees absolutely cleared of mud.
It's quite remarkable, considering where they were 3 weeks ago, to be in almost a playable state. Some might say not brilliantly playable, but almost a playable state, and that's the power of volunteers and the power of the members.
We're relying on government grants, and there are indications that the government is going to be generous.
We've got a flood fight back plan with $12,500 up front for equipment that is lost, for playing and training equipment, and then up to $60,000 up front, and then they count for them later on regarding infrastructure.
We have a number of members who have had the heartbreaking devastation of their own homes going underwater, and a lot more that have had losses that they're still counting in their businesses that are very serious. But this is a good news story in that our members have rallied, and it's been quite inspirational to see some of the support we've got. Without those guys, we could not be where we are now, simply because when you've got that equipment onto the course, the potential for collateral damage with your pits and your sprinklers and the turf even is enormous. And with having that expertise available to us to supplement our own greens crews, has just made all the difference in the world. We owe those people an enormous debt.
Yeah, terrific to see how the golf industry has got behind all the people suffering from those floods, and well done to everyone involved that have been able to return their golf clubs back to the way they were. And Craig, it is impressive to see just how the Australian golf industry operates in a crisis like that. Yeah,
this week we've got the Queensland PGA at Toowoomba Golf Club, or City Golf Club, and you know, they've got a few things going on this week with the community. The players are going out and actually visiting a couple of the sites that were just been destroyed.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Amazing.
It's remarkable how they've just cleaned that up, you know, 2 weeks on, and you know, to get that grass and the silt that was on it is quite amazing. You know, we see it in golf tournaments, they get them done quick, but that's amazing.
Well, if you want to actually donate and haven't donated yet to the plenty of relief funds that are going around, Golf Australia has one. You can head to their website, which is golfaustralia.org, and just put a few dollars into helping everyone get back on their feet in Queensland. Nice story there by Bruce Young.